There's a version of you that you were taught to be. Not who you are, not who you're becoming, but who you were trained subtly but consistently to be. Maybe it was the quiet girl who kept her peace. Maybe it was the funny one who distracted everyone from their pain. The strong one who never showed she was breaking. Or the perfect one, always composed, always perfect, always performing, always chosen, always safe. But now that version is crumbling. It is suffocating. You feel it, don't you? Every time you try to shrink yourself to fit their comfort. Every time you try to silence your intuition because it's too much. Every time you try to play dumb when you're actually 10 steps ahead. You're not breaking down because you're weak. You're breaking down because you're outgrowing a cage. A cage built by fear, trauma, culture, and expectations. And yes, even love, because sometimes love even teaches us to betray ourselves. Here's the truth. Your breakthrough, it's not soft, it's not polite, it's not easy. It will look like betrayal. You will have to betray the version of you that always says yes, even though your soul is screaming no. The version that waits for permission. The version that plays small so someone else can feel big. The version that flinches at your own greatness. You will have to disappoint people. You will have to distance yourself from people who once felt like home. You might confuse people. They'll say you've changed, and you know what? You have. That's the point. They told you to be good, to be quiet, to be wanted enough that you'll never leave, even when it hurt. But what if your power was never meant to be digestible? What if your softness and your savagery was both sacred? What if the next level of your life is waiting on you to finally walk away from who you were told to be? I'm not telling you to become someone new. I'm just telling you to come home to who you really are. That requires some war. War with programming, war with your guilt, war with that little voice in your head telling you you're too much. Because if you want your breakthrough, you have to be willing to burn the old blueprint. I don't think people talk about it enough, how scary it is to become someone new. And as someone who went through this whole breakthrough, this whole ego death phase, it is honestly the scariest thing, but it's also a healing and a blessing in disguise. When you're constantly in an environment where you don't even fit in and you have to play accordingly to what you don't want to be, it's hard to find out who you really are. Everybody is different, but for me, I had to move out of my parents' house in order to really find who I am, because how are you going to have your breakthrough and break a generational curse when you are in the same environment that created it? Your family has some trauma, if your family has some things that they deal with and they put it onto you especially, that's when it's time to leave. Honestly, when I left my parents' house, it felt like I was betraying who I used to be, and also dumb because I low-key felt bad because I know I'm about to step into this very new version of me that not everyone can get access to anymore. And a lot of people will feel like I changed. And it felt like I was kind of betraying them, but at the same time, it was needed for my growth. I realized my actual breakthrough, my healing, was when I stopped acting and thinking like the girl I was taught to be. You know exactly what I mean. The girl that's always smiling, the girl that never speaks up for herself, the girl that's too scared to say anything, the girl that's always chill, the girl that's good at making everyone feel comfortable even when she's uncomfortable. I was real good at playing that role, but it was killing me. Every time I ignored how I really felt, every time I ignored a boundary just to keep the peace, it felt like I was disappearing. Every time I ignored my intuition, every time I didn't speak up for myself, it felt like I was literally internally twisting inside. I was performing 24/7, but I didn't even know who it was for anymore. And the craziest part, you start to realize that version of you that everyone loved wasn't even actually you. It was the one that they trained, the one that made sense to them. Once you stop playing that version, people start to act like you're the problem. Start saying you're acting different, you're too much, or you're not acting like how you used to act. Honestly, I don't want to be that girl. That girl was hiding. She was honestly performing. She was just surviving. Now I don't flinch for being misunderstood. I don't feel bad for evolving. I don't feel bad for needing more, wanting space, outgrowing certain people, because I gotta live with me. I'm the only one that's gotta live with me. I'm not gonna keep breaking my own heart just to feel accepted or loved. So yeah, I betrayed the old me, but that version of me was built off of survival and not truth. Now that I'm living in my truth, back then I see how many times I conformed myself to fit in, or literally felt trapped because I could not speak up for myself in certain situations, because I was always known as the quiet girl, the shy girl. Oh, she's not gonna say nothing, she's not gonna do this, she's not gonna do that. Like, I never stood up for myself. And I always felt trapped, like in a box. Like, I feel like everyone had power over me because I let them have power over me. When you're not conformed in that little space anymore, you realize how powerful your voice is, how powerful your presence is, how powerful your essence is, all in together. Like, honestly, I never knew I had a voice as strong as mine. I never knew I could stand up for myself like this. I never knew that I had a strong opinion by itself. And I don't care if people misunderstand me or just don't fit in with me. If you're in that between space right now, like you're not who you were, but you also don't know who you're becoming yet, just know that's the breakthrough. It's messy, it's confusing, it's lonely sometimes, but it's also the realest thing you'll ever do, because you weren't meant to be a mirror. You were meant to just be. You don't owe anyone the watered down version of you. You don't have to keep playing a role in a story that's not even yours. You are not here to stay stuck in survival. You are here to grow, to expand, to learn, to take up space, to be the villain in someone else's story, if that's what it takes to be the main character in your own. Let people misunderstand you. Let them say you're selfish. Let them say you've changed. Be unrecognizable in your own beautiful way, just by being yourself, just by not conforming yourself into what you've known your whole life. It's time to start stepping up for yourself. It's time to become the person that you really are, to become that powerful version of you. And you know it, and I know it, and you're tired. Baby, you don't gotta play this role no more. Who told you gotta keep playing this role? Let go of what you've known your whole life in order to open the beautiful possibilities of who you're about to become. Honestly, as someone who keeps evolving, you are going to continuously evolve, especially after a breakthrough, because you learn so many things in so many ways that you've hidden yourself in life. Why do you keep hiding? This is your life. I promise you. This is your life. You don't have to hide yourself. Be unapologetically you. Take up space. This is your space. This is your world. Act like it. Be angry. Go cry. I went through a mix of emotions when I was going through my breakthrough, but it was mostly anger. I was so angry, and I had to put that energy somewhere else. I had to put it into my evolution, because you can't stay angry forever. You can't stay a certain way inside, because it's going to eat you up. It's going to make you feel resentment, and it's going to make you bitter. You don't want to be bitter, baby. You want to be flowing. You want to be one with life. Honestly, you just want to be. And that requires you to betray the illusion that you have on your life. Your breakthrough really requires you to see you. And honestly, it's a whole journey of continuously seeing yourself for who you really are. But yet, the most beautiful experience ever. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want me to post more frequently, just with school and everything. I try to post once a week, but let me know if you guys want me to amp that up. I will be willing to. I have so many ideas to share with you guys, and I love you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful, amazing day.